Eastern Conference Finals for the 2018 NBA playoffs is now set, as the Boston Celtics are now going to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers and one LeBron James. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk to you guys about this series, give you guys my preview and my predictions both for this series, what I expect to happen. I made my video for the Western Conference Finals between the Warriors and the Rockets, and boy, am I excited about that. So go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Give this video a big thumbs up if you guys do like this video at the end after my predictions and everything. But with that being said, I'm just going to get right into it, so let's get started. So like I always do, I'll start with the matchups when we are talking about these two teams and any really predictions that I make. And it's funny because both these two teams have taken very similar paths to get to where they are today, which is the Celtics took 7 games to get rid of the Milwaukee Bucks and then washed the Sixers in just 5 games, who are the better team. And similarly, the Cavaliers took the Indiana Pacers to 7 games and then completely demoralized and absolutely shut down the Toronto Raptors in a 4-game sweep, who again were the better team. So it's kind of crazy that these teams had a harder first round than a second round. But with that being said, this is why the playoffs are all about matchups, and this is what is going to determine this one as well. So let's go down the starting lineup. I'll start with the Boston Celtics. They've got Terry Rozier at point guard. He's been playing unbelievable. I said this a few weeks ago. Terry Rozier is giving you 85 to 90% of what you would had in Kyrie Irving. Okay, he is playing that damn good, and I'm curious to see what the hell the Celtics do next season when Kyrie is fully healthy and whatnot, because Terry Rozier has played himself into me at least believing he would start on a lot of teams. So with that being said, if you got Terry Rozier starting at point guard, on the other side, the Cavs will start George Hill, advantage Boston, okay? Let's go down to shooting guard. Jaylen Brown, who had a hamstring injury, is not fully healthy. I don't believe he's going to have a minutes restriction anymore. He is going to be the starting 2. And then on the other side, you've got J.R. Smith, J.R. Swish, if you will. J.R. has been very inconsistent, so this is easily going to go to Jaylen Brown as well. So 2 for the Celtics, 0 for the Cavs. Now we get to small forward. Jason Tatum has been playing out of his mind, and he's going to go up against, on the other side, Kyle Korver. Now, these are not going to be the exact matchups I'm talking about. This is just a starting lineup. And, again, that advantage is going to go to Boston. So 3-0 for Boston, and then you've got Al Horford, who starts at power forward. LeBron's going to be on the other side. This is obviously advantage Cavs. And then Kevin Love at center for the Cleveland Cavaliers versus Aaron Baines at center for the Boston Celtics. I do believe they do go with Aaron Baines because they like Marcus Morris coming off the bench, so I think they will stick with that. But again, we don't know for sure. So 3-2 in favor of the Boston Celtics when you take a look at the starting lineup. But of course, who's got the best player in terms of both teams? It's one LeBron James. So advantage to Cleveland there. We take a look at the bench. You got Marcus Smart. You've got Semi Ojeleye. You've got Greg Monroe, Marcus Morris, like I talked about. And then for the Cavaliers, their rotation's been all over the place, but Jeff Green, Tristan Thompson, Jordan Clarkson, Rodney Hood, who refused to play in garbage time. I don't think he's going to be, seeing significant minutes anytime soon. He might still be in the doghouse, if you will. And then you've got Larry Nance, who really didn't play last series. So a lot of these guys, it's just going to be matchup based whether they play or not. So we'll see about that. And, of course, we all know about the injury situation for the Celtics, who are missing Shane Larkin. He's now out for, I don't know how long, but I know he's out for a bit. Daniel Theus, Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward. So the Celtics just have been absolutely devastated with injuries. But, again, they're rookies, they're young players, they're all stepping up. So those are the matchups for now. Let's get right into the matchups on the floor and what I think happens and what team will take advantage of what. But before I get to that, the biggest advantage for the Celtics is not even that starting lineup advantage. It's their coach, Brad Stevens, okay? He is, to me, the best coach in the league outside of Greg Popovich. He's excellent with X's and O's. I have a great deal of respect for Brad Stevens, so definitely an advantage for the Celtics there. So what's going to happen this series? Well, basically, Boston is going to be a tougher competition for the Cavaliers than the Toronto Raptors, okay? because the Boston Celtics have a lot more bodies to throw at LeBron. Keyword, bodies, okay? Because Marcus Morris was out here running his mouth saying that he could stop LeBron James. And Marcus Morris, if you believe that, you have a whole another problem coming your way, because LeBron James is coming, okay? And he is absolutely going to dominate this series. I'm not saying, this is a similar thing I said about KD against the Rockets. No one is going to stop LeBron, but the Celtics, can they hope to maybe contain him by throwing multiple bodies at him? Maybe. But again, we're talking about the best player in the world, averaging 34 points, 9.4 rebounds, 9 assists a game on 55% shooting in these playoffs. Okay, LeBron's been playing unbelievable, probably the best in his career, okay? But you've got Marcus Morris, you've got Jaylen Brown, you've got guys like Jason Tatum, you've got guys like Marcus Smart. They're all, and including Al Horford, they're all probably going to see LeBron one way or another, either on switches or either one-on-one. Though I would think the two guys that are going to be on him the most are Marcus Morris and Jaylen Brown. But like I said, this is LeBron James here, okay? He is going to get his. What the strategy for the Celtics, I believe, should be is either they're trying to stop LeBron James or either they're trying to stop everybody else. Because if you have to decide on taking one approach, and I'm curious to see what Brad Stevens is going to do, because Kevin Love's been playing out of his mind recently. The last 3 games against the Raptors, he's been looking like an all-star that he is supposed to be looking like. So what are they going to do about Kevin Love? Because Al Horford might be matched up with him, and so you have to take that into account. But the real strategy here for the Celtics is going to be whether or not you're going to let LeBron get his and shut everyone else down, or vice versa, okay? So I'm curious to see what happens here, but whatever it is, I feel like LeBron James, again, he's romped this conference for the last 10 years. He is going to figure it out. And ultimately, this series is going to go in favor of the Cleveland Cavaliers because they have the best player in the world in LeBron James. Look, I talked about playoff experience for the Celtics last round against the Sixers, and I said the Sixers just have no playoff experience. At least you have a guy like Al Horford who's got some playoff experience on the Celtics roster, and you've got other guys that are one of the better players on the Celtics that have playoff experience. So when you take a look into that, and you compare it to Cleveland, LeBron James has played more playoff minutes than the entire Celtics starting five. More playoff minutes than the entire Celtics starting five, folks. This man has been in the league for 15 years. He has seen everything that has been thrown, that can be possibly thrown at him. He is going to figure it out. I'm going to take the Cavaliers in 6 games because, one, like I said, you have the best player in the world. 2, you've got Kevin Love, who's not playing at an all-star level. 3, whether or not Brad Stevens decides what he decides to do with the strategy, it's going to be difficult for him to slow down LeBron James regardless. So I'm just going to pick LeBron over Brad Stevens at this point, regardless of what Brad Stevens is going to try to do. And overall, you take into account the playoff experience, like I mentioned as well. All of those things have me picking the Cavaliers. The one thing the Celtics do have is they have home court advantage, which is why I'm picking this series in 6 games, okay? So game-by-game prediction. Game number 1, I'm predicting the Cleveland Cavaliers to win. I think LeBron James is going to come in. Marcus Morris has been talking a lot of smack. Like I said, this is bulletin board material. He might come in and just remind the world, again, he's the best player in the world. Steal game 1 in Boston. Then the Celtics make some adjustments, which is what Brad Stevens is really good at. Come in, win game 2. Cavaliers go back home, win 3 and 4. Celtics win game 5 in Boston, and then Cavaliers close it out in 6 games at home and move on to the NBA Finals. So there you have it, folks. That's my prediction for the Eastern Conference Finals. Let me know what you guys think. What is your prediction for the Eastern Conference Finals? Leave a comment down below if you agree with me or disagree with me. Let's talk. Let's debate. Follow me on my social media. Hit me up on all of that. With that being said, thanks for watching.